What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 10 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show here right after the Thursday night football game that we will absolutely get to. But yeah, already at 10 episodes in, here for our week 12 pick'em and obviously the Thursday night football recap. And we just heard some news about Bucky Irving. Sean just read that to me, so we'll cover that all on this episode. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to all of our episodes. I don't even know how to ask this, Sean, but how you doing?
Well, I think you know how I'm doing just based off the results from tonight, but
Yeah, we got
we'll unpack that shortly. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I say it every week. Got some fun games this week, so I'm obviously looking forward to it. I'll be on a road trip this weekend, so I'll try my best to be able to watch as much football as possible, but might have a little bit of a challenge. So I'll do my best though.
So before we get into all this, guys, just make sure to drop a subscription to the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. As I always say, if you guys want, weekly football content, like we're gonna always give you, and we're already in week 12, which is unbelievable. I know we say this every single week, but it's completely flying by. It's ridiculous. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support. Before we get into this Bills Texans game, me and Sean were just talking. Sean, you want to just read what you just read about Bucky Irving to everybody? Because I feel like this is pretty interesting.
Yeah. I hadn't even heard of this situation, and this is the only account I've seen it on at all. But it was posted by Uncovered NFL, Jacob Eckberg. He posts pretty reliable stuff. He's a verified account on Instagram. Basically said there's growing speculation across the NFL that Bucky Irving is not going to play another down the rest of the season due to a non-injury related concern. I guess the speculation kind of began last month. I personally hadn't heard anything about it. I don't know if you have,
No,
but apparently Mike Florio talked about it on
he's a
NBC.
reliable source, so that's like why you can kind of prove that like this is
Right, he's on NBC. So
yeah.
they didn't place him on IR when he got hurt because he
Mhm.
was supposed to be back week 7,
Yeah,
and we're now into week 12, and he's still yet to play a down. So
which is
I don't
weird,
know.
by the way.
Yeah, it just seems like a super like pretty suspicious situation going on in Tampa. But
Mhm.
yeah, just certainly unexpected. I mean, I haven't heard a single thing about that.
That
But
would hurt. That would hurt the Bucks a lot too.
oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, they have a good running back room outside of him, but I mean, obviously, nothing's going to compare to him.
Yeah, when it comes down to it in like a playoff game, like you've been seeing the past couple weeks, um, the Bucks they need to get healthy, and Sean Tucker's done a great job. But again, not a lot of teams have a lot of film on him. I think he'll get figured out eventually. But with Bucky Irving and this whole situation, it is weird because, for example, with Milton Williams, he's up and walking after the Pats game. Obviously, has a high ankle sprain. He gets put on IR for 4 to 6 weeks. Obviously, IR, if you guys don't know, you're automatically out for at least 4 games. And Bucky Irving, the game before he was ruled out for all these weeks, he was playing. He played the whole game, I believe. And these injuries just kind of came up, not out of nowhere, because I think they were lingering, but it's definitely weird they haven't put him on IR yet. And now this just came out. And it's just a weird situation. And if the Bucks don't get Bucky Irving back for the rest of the year, it's gonna hurt. Definitely, it's just another explosive piece lost for them on that offense. But yeah, that was just a quick hitter before we get really into this. The meat of this. This is where I can kind of sit back and relax because Sean just take it away.
I don't want to talk about this game because of the frustration that it brought me, but I have to. Um, I feel like you can't really start talking about this game if you don't talk about the pass rush that the Texans brought tonight.
Yep.
As a Bills fan, I have not seen the Bills offensive line struggle that heavily in quite some time. Um, they've obviously faced incredible defensive fronts. They played the Broncos in the playoffs last year, who are obviously up there with some of the best right now. But I mean, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson made our offensive line look like a bunch of high school JV players. I
Yeah.
mean, they absolutely bullied them. Guys were getting hurt. I mean, like just everything on the line of scrimmage was being dominated by the Texans. Um, which obviously, it's super tough to get an offense going against how good of a secondary they have and how poor the Bills wide receivers are. But
God.
just when you mix the pass rush with just the elite secondary that the Texans have, you can't get anything going on offense, man. I
Mhm.
mean, I understand that the Bills are an easy example to pick on just because outside of Allen and Cook, they don't have much in terms of firepower on offense. But I mean, every team's seen it that's played them. Their defense is elite. Um, I There's a lot of people going at Josh Allen right now saying that he played bad, and I don't want to come on here and say that he played good by any means because I truly don't think he did. However, I don't think he played good because he wasn't put in situations where he could play good.
Mhm.
I mean, his offensive coordinator couldn't call a modified football game if he wanted to. He couldn't call a Pop Warner team. Um, I
That's an
mean,
interesting way to put it.
you mix that with James Cook was solid tonight. I'll give him that against it. I mean, he ripped off a couple nice runs, but
Mhm.
you mix Joe Brady with the offensive line playing piss poor, with the wide receivers being just horrible, to put it easily. Um, I just think it's so hard to be, very good in that type of offense. I mean, last week against the Bucks, kind of Josh kind of had to put the team on his back and throw up 6 touchdowns on the board.
Mhm.
I don't think he was able to do that on such a short week going up against the best defense in the NFL. But just going back to the play calling, I just thought it was horrible. I mean, you have a 4th and 1, you're driving down the field,
Oh
all
my.
the momentum in the world, and you run a counter run to James Cook against a defensive line that has been absolutely bullying your offensive front.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't give them time to build up, pressure, and yeah, it was bad.
you have a 6'5", 240-pound athletic freak at quarterback who all you need to do is like have your fullback push him a yard,
Or
which is
just
what
just jump up.
I mean, they did it earlier in the game. I mean, they've done it a million times where they just have Reggie Gilliam come in behind him and just push him through, get the first down. It's happened so many times this year with Joe Brady where he tries to get cute and make these like cute little plays on these short distances on late downs. And it's so hard to watch, whether it's an end around, a counter run. Like, it's just so much crap. The only play that I'll really give him credit for was that 4th and 27. I mean, that was sweet. I got so much life after that. I was like, okay, we're about to drive down and win this game, which obviously we didn't. But that was obviously a great play. But outside of that, just I thought it was a very, very poorly called offensive game. Um, on the defensive side of the ball, we couldn't stop a 12-year-old running back if our life depended on it. I mean, our defense gets ran through by running backs like it's nobody's business. Um, Taron Johnson looks like he's just not it anymore. I mean, I was saying that during the game, and then Cam Lewis came in and got burnt for a touchdown. So don't really know where we could go at the slot right now. But um, another thing that's kind of flying under the radar for the Bills right now that people aren't really talking about is their pass rush has been so bad recently. They haven't had a sack in I don't think they've had a sack in they haven't had a sack the past 3 games.
Mhm.
So that's just horrible. It doesn't matter if the quarterback's getting the ball out quick. Like, they got to be able to generate more pressure. Cole
Mhm.
Bishop seems like he is the only guy on defense that is playing with any sort of life, any sort of aggressiveness, any sort
He's
of,
awesome.
willing to make plays, throw tackles, do whatever it takes to help out the defense. Other than that, they just have no life right now. And I know injuries have killed them. Ed Oliver and Michael Hoyt both being out, 2 guys that have generated the most pressure on the team, 2 guys that are huge energy guys too, just having on that D line. But it's the NFL. You can't make excuses for injuries. I mean, every team deals with them, especially at this point in the year. So you just got to go out there and play. And the pass rush hasn't been good enough. Um, the injuries were piling up like nobody's business today. I felt like there was a line to get into the blue medical tent tonight. I think 4 guys on our offensive line got hurt. Hairston got hurt. He's in concussion protocol right now. Bernard was on the sideline with a sling. It wouldn't surprise me if he went on the IR. Benford got hurt at one point. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone else too, but it was just it's tough watching this Bills team because some weeks, like last week against the Bucks, you're like, okay, this team looks great. The offense is clicking. Josh Allen's playing at the top of his game. And then you have weeks like this. You have weeks like Miami. You have weeks like Atlanta. You have weeks like the Pats. All four of their losses, honestly. It's not even games where it's like their offense is going and like it's clicking. They just get outplayed. It's straight up, they are not playing good. Like nothing looks good. So I don't know. They gotta find a way to be more consistent. Hopefully with, a little mini bye. They have 10 days to get healthy, get their act together. Hopefully Joe Brady can figure out how to call an offense again because tonight was pitiful. Even seeing just Josh Allen frustrated on the sidelines like he was tonight, you don't normally see him lose his cool like that. You could literally see him mouthing the words on the sideline saying, "What are we doing?" coming after the counter run. So I don't know. He always talks about trusting Joe Brady and what he's calling, but he doesn't seem like he's trusting him too much. So yeah, just a brutal game. 7-4 now. I think any chances of maybe making a comeback at the division are gone now. But yeah, just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous going into this podcast because I do feel bad for Sean, although I'm a Pats fan and I'm not exactly rooting for the Bills. I mean, Sean's my best friend, so kind of it's a little bit bittersweet, because like I'm obviously happy. The Pats are probably going to win the division now. I don't want to lock it up yet, but it's looking pretty close, especially when we get into the predictions this weekend. I'm sorry, 1 second, hold on, Sean, keep talking.
Yeah, like Matt said, basically the just with the AFC East this year. I mean, the Pats' remaining schedule isn't too challenging. So, and just obviously they're one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. They got the quarterback, they got the run game, they got good enough receivers. Um, Defense has obviously been one of the best in the league at the current moment. So, um,
Hearing things, bro. What is happening? I'm sorry about that, guys, but I don't mean to interrupt you, Sean, but I just want to get to one thing. I feel bad for Josh Allen in the sense where, like, he had to do literally everything in his power to win last week's game. Like that probably took like 4 games off him for how much he had to do last week. He carried you guys to that win. Your defense sucked last week. Again, I'm sorry they did. Josh Allen, that's what he's for. He's the MVP. He's gonna win you games. And the problem with the Bills, they don't have a good enough team. They're not coached well enough to win games when Superman isn't Supermaning. And I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you guys, but Josh Allen and any quarterback in the league isn't going to be perfect all the time. And I hate to say it, I don't think Josh Allen was good tonight. There were some plays where he needs to just, maybe just take a sack initially. He had a play where he like tried to spin out of he ran over to the left. He was already like 12, 13 yards back. They tried to spin again. Will Anderson finally got to him. But I think Josh Allen realizes that if this Bills team wants any chance of, competing this year and doing anything, he's going to have to play like he did against the Bucks every single week because, like Sean pointed out, and I know you don't want to hear this, the wide receiver core is horrible. The offensive line is still good. They'll be better. I'm not really worried about them. Spencer Brown was hurt, but God, he sucked tonight. It was hard to watch how bad he played. Like every play, there was a pressure. But Sean knows how I feel. Spencer Brown's one of the best right tackles in the league. But again, he also could be hurt. Another guy. But and I forget the name of your backup right tackle, Van something, but
Ryan Vandemark.
Yeah, he let up a sack immediately as soon as he came in. And he also got a hold on Will Anderson as well. So it's just, I'm not worried about the O-line, but there's so many concerns on this team. And then you add on the injuries to, pretty key players. And, take out Bernard as a player. He's the leader of that defense. He's one of the leaders on this team in general. And then you got your promising rookie just coming off an injury, and then he's back in concussion protocol. And then, Christian Benford seems like he hurts his shoulder every goddamn year. And then just I'm sorry, the offense, the weapons are so underwhelming. I know Shakir had 8 for 110. I feel like he wasn't great. I think
No, he
I
wasn't. It was
think a couple,
carried. It was carried by 2 plays.
I was gonna say those stats were pretty too play heavy. And again, like Shakir is the safety blanket for Josh Allen, I guess, but
He also had a fumble tonight.
crucial fumble. And like I said, if I don't think at this current moment the Bills are a good enough team to overcome a poor game from, or not a poor game, but an underwhelming to bad game from Josh Allen. And we see it when Josh Allen isn't on his A game, the Bills cannot win. You look at all their losses this year against the Pats. Sean can attest to this. Josh Allen did not play a great game against the Texans. Josh Allen tonight did not play a great game. The Dolphins, Josh Allen did not play a great game. Had some crucial turnovers. The turnover problems are a little concerning, but he's shown over the past couple years that he's eliminated those a little bit better. But some of the picks he's throwing are bad. That one pick, the first one he threw was horrible. He was trying to fit it in a tight zone to Elijah Moore. Azeez Al-Shire was standing right there. He deflected it up, and then Kalen Bullock intercepted it. He's unbelievable, by the way, and we'll get to him. But yeah, not a good game from the offense. James Cook, I think he was fine. I think some of his numbers were also inflated by a couple big runs as well. But again, that's what you want out of him. Just onto the Texans really quick. And also, I will say this. I got to give credit where credit's due. The Bills defense held their own in the second half. They did. You're expecting your offense. You're expecting
gave them so many chances to take the game back, man.
The offense needed to score one touchdown to have this tie game the whole second half. The defense held their own, especially with all the injuries. But of course, the one time the defense shows up when Josh Allen and the offense just can't get it done. And I was texting Sean during the game about this. Joe Brady, what are we doing? Like, what are these play calls? That counter run on 4th and 1 was genuinely one of the most boneheaded decisions I've ever seen in my life. It's not even really 4th and 1. It was like 4th and like a foot. Why aren't you just taking, like you said, Josh Allen's a freak of nature, like athletically. He needs to snap the ball and go like this, and that's a first down. I know it's easier said than done. I'm not calling plays out there, but at least if you're going to run the ball, run like a halfback dive, run like a duo run, or a toss even. Why are you running a counter run? That just gives the D-line more time to get into the backfield, especially
a D-line that is hammering your offensive line.
I mean, Tim Settle, what a game. Will Anderson, I posted on Twitter. Will Anderson's going to be a top 10 player in the NFL by the end of the year. Daniil Hunter, unbelievable. He is so dominant. Deion Dawkins, I don't think played a good game either tonight, by the way. I thought he looked pretty
effort looked poor. Yeah.
Exactly. I thought he looked very lazy at times. And I'm being hard on some of these superstar players for you guys, Sean, because if you guys want any chance of doing anything,
but you have to hold your guys to that standard. Exactly. I mean, if you're gonna be those guys, you have to play like that every game.
They need to be better. And the defense held their own in the second half. Like you said, I didn't know they didn't. I knew they didn't get a sack tonight, but 3 straight games without a sack. Not great. I think Joey Bosa has been almost a little overrated to this point where like people are saying he's like been like a great signing where it's like he's played a couple good games. I feel like Epinesa got hurt tonight. Rousseau, I was hoping he was going to take a bigger jump. I was very high on him. He hasn't really done much at all this year. I think Sean McDermott needs to stop playing these old guys like what does he think they're going to have like a resurgence like the 2021 San Francisco Giants, like Jordan Poyer, Tre'Davious White? It's like, dude, why are these guys playing? How many times is Tre'Davious White going to give up a comeback route? Oh my God. Every single ball that every single anticipated ball that Davis Mills threw to either Nico Collins or Jaden Higgins, it was on Tre'Davious White. And Taron Johnson, he's not old, but he kind of looks like he's regressing.
He's getting up there. He's like 29, 30.
Yeah, I mean, like he's not like super old, but he kind of looks like he's definitely regressing a little bit. But you have to shout out this Texans defense. It is genuinely unbelievable. And I mean, it's a scrappy win, but this is how the Texans are going to have to win games. I thought Davis Mills played a decent first half and second half didn't really do much. I think the Texans play calling is also horrendous. I mean, they're playing, dude, you have so many chances to take a lead. The Bills are handing you these opportunities with just poor stuff everywhere, all across the field. And you're running the ball on first and second down. The Bills were doing a pretty good job against Woody Marks, especially on first and second down. But And then you get to like third and 2, 3rd and 1. Taron Johnson gets, he looks like he's got a guy dead to rights. Nope. He's, he gets it. Larry Ogunjobi had a horrible missed tackle as well in the backfield. Just, it's not really, it's a lot of effort along with just, you need more execution from some of your better players. And the Texans, somehow found a way to pull this win out, and they're alive in the playoff race, man. That was a huge win. This is a scary defense. Like I said, Kalen Bullock, unbelievable player, had the forced fumble on Shakir and 2 picks. Like I said, this is how the Texans are going to have to win games. And for the Bills, they're going to make the dance. They'll make the playoffs. They have some favorable matchups, definitely. But I don't know. It's definitely come a little bit more interesting as the season has gone on. And just another weird Thursday night game in the books. So we're going to move on to our week 12 predictions. First game up, we have the Steelers at the Chicago Bears. Sean, take it away. I hate this game, dude.
Yeah, we had a couple games last week where we were saying we hated it, and this fits it right into that category.
I feel like I hate every Bears and Steelers game.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I think the Bears stay hot and they take this one 8-3. They're at home. I mean, I don't know. This is such an ugly game again, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not excited to watch this game.
You would think that like a 7-3 and a 6-4 team would be fun to watch, but like, my God. Yeah, I mean, I think the Bears are playing good enough football where they're somehow edging out wins, but I mean,
Ben Johnson's doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I do. I like a lot what Ben Johnson's doing, but honestly, I thought the Steelers were better with Mason Rudolph in the game than Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers looks like he might play this week, so maybe that'll be even worse for them. But I mean, the Bears are forcing turnovers at a very high rate, so I think if they can just keep doing that and just keep the ball away from the Steelers, I don't think the Steelers' offense is very explosive or very good at all, if I'm being honest. So,
nope.
I think if the Bears can just get a couple turnovers and just win the possession game, they can honestly win this one. But just ugly game, man. I think I'd like to see a little bit more efficiency out of Caleb, like we've talked about
every week.
Yeah, like we've talked about before. I mean, he has the same completion percentage every week. It hovers right around 55 to 60. But yeah, I mean, I think this would be a really good win for the Bears. They'd be 8-3 on the year. They'd be at the top. They'd be up near the top of their division. So yeah, I'll take the Bears in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually 1 second, pause, reset. I'm gonna go with the hot take here. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. I don't know. This just feels like a game where the Bears just like kind of just come back down to earth. And I feel like Pittsburgh's defense could kind of have their way with this Bears offense. I don't know. I feel like a decent game from Pittsburgh's defense coming up, although they've been pretty poor this entire season. I'm trying to get to NFL Pro. Of course, I can't get to it right now. It's not working, but what else is new? But yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers in this game. Their offense, I saw a thing today. It was perfectly said. They're an extremely slow offense. They have a lot of guys where it takes them like 10, 15 yards to build up speed, like DK Metcalf, like Jonnu Smith, like Darnell Washington. And they're really only speed threat initially off the line of scrimmage is Calvin Austin, and they barely throw him the ball. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to play this game with I'm naming all the negatives about Pittsburgh and still picking them. Just feels like one of those random games. But I don't know. I'm a big, I don't know. I'm not huge. I don't know how to say. I'm not huge on the Bears yet. They're winning games at the end of the day. That's all that matters. But Ben Johnson, he's coaching well, and everything's high with the Bears. They're all super excited, rightfully so. They're winning. They're leading the division right now. This feels like a huge letdown opportunity. And with Pittsburgh feeling Baltimore right at their heels, and whether it's Rodgers or Rudolph, I think they should play Rudolph. Their second half numbers offensively were clearly better with Mason Rudolph. The first half against the Bengals' awful defense, they, to be quite honest, they didn't look good at all. I think they only scored like 9 points in the first half against the Bengals, where it's like, dude, like you should be scoring at least 9.25 against this team. But like I said, just feels like a huge letdown opportunity for the Bears, especially at home. I feel like this is just a random Mike Tomlin game where he could maybe get to a young quarterback. Caleb, great off script stuff. He's fun to watch sometimes. And there's other times where he's missing reads, he's missing open guys, he's not making the right decisions, taking sacks. Again, he's great at sack avoidance. Pocket presence still isn't great. But I'm going with the Steelers on the road, underdog. And yeah, that's my pick for this game. I know it's kind of a hot take, but give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to the next game. We have my New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati in the jungle. Maybe Joe Burrow could play. Not really any updates yet. It's Friday. He's been a full participant. I don't really know what's going to happen. But to be quite honest with you, Sean, and I'll let you go before I do. But to be honest with you, I just feel like it doesn't matter if Joe Burrow plays or not at this point. It really doesn't. But you can take it from here before I go.
Playing in the jungle. What an intimidating name. Yeah, I have the Patriots winning this pretty handedly, like you mentioned. Whether Burrow or Flacco plays or not, I don't think it's going to matter. Their defense is just not good enough. Their offense has still been decent besides last week with Flacco instead of Burrow. And I know Burrow kind of brings like more of a spark to the rest of your team, just having your leader back. But I mean, I don't think it's going to matter, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think the Patriots are going to be able to shut down the Bengals run game easily with Chase Brown back there. Jamar Chase being suspended also. You're likely going to see Christian Gonzalez on T. Higgins a lot. And outside of that, don't think that the Bengals really have much in terms of a pass attack. I would love if I was a Patriots defensive game planner, seeing the matchup of Carlton Davis on Andre Yoshivash. But yeah, I mean, there's really no reason that the Patriots should lose this game. They're 5-0 on the road as well. I think the Bengals are going to continue to struggle even if they have Burrow back. Yeah, I have the Pats. I think they'll move to 10-2.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at I'm on NFL Pro right now, and it shows all the advanced analytics for defenses, and the Bengals are literally last in every single stat. The Washington Commanders they're 31st in the NFL. They're giving up 387 total yards per game, which is horrible. The Bengals are last. They're giving up 418 yards. That's like 30. That's like almost 40 more yards than the Commanders. I mean, their pass defense, they're giving up 260 yards on average per game, and they've played against some quarterbacks that are not good. They're giving up 160 rush yards per game. So I think this could be another big Travion Henderson game, especially if but it's looking like Ramondre is going to play. I want them to balance out the room, but this Bengals, I've watched film on this Bengals defense. They're such an unserious team to watch. They're not coached well. They're so unphysical. They don't look engaged at all. And like I said, even with Joe Burrow, their offense has been the best part of this team by far. The defense is giving up 33 points a game. 33 points a game. That's so, just to put it into perspective, I just want to do this just for fun. The Houston Texans are giving up 16.3 points per game. The Bengals are giving up more than double that per game. It's an unserious defense. Their defensive line so bad. Trey Henderson's not playing. Shamar Stewart bust. I think he has maybe 2 tackles on the year. They took the most unready NFL defensive player. And I will say, no Milton Williams, huge loss, but The Pats D line, probably the deepest part of their team, with guys like Corey Durden, with guys like Josh Farmer, with Christian Barmore, obviously, Kyrus Tonga, even Eric Gregory. They're going to be fine there. I think they might move to a 3-4 defense now, have a true nose tackle with Kyrus Tonga, and then have your ends be rotating with, obviously, Barmore will always be in there, and then rotate guys like Durden and Farmer, and then you have your two outside linebackers in Landry and Swinson. But now that Milton Williams isn't there, they can't really exactly run the defense that they want to, which is a 4-3, where Milton Williams is third in the NFL in pass rush win rate for defensive tackles. He's one of the best defensive tackles in football, and he's been great against the run. Luckily, the Pats have depth there, which is huge for them, but not that like I'm really concerned about Chase Brown or anything like that, because he's been super inefficient all year. But I saw another stat today, Sean. The Bengals throw the ball over 70% of the time. They do not run the football. So their offense is super one-dimensional. And especially with Joe Burrow, who hasn't played since week 2, like middle of week 2 when Jake Browning came in. And your defense is giving up a 0.16 EPA per play, which is so bad. So bad. I don't know if you guys know this. Anything over 0 for EPA is really good. They're giving up well over 0. I think Drake May could have his best game of his career this weekend, maybe. And I don't want to hype up this game too much because I don't want to be, disappointed. But there's just so many negative things to look at with this Bengals defense, and with no Jamar Chase on the offense. I think they're going to put Carlton Davis on T. Higgins with safety help, and then you put Christian Gonzalez and Andre Yosivach. I think you like that matchup. I think that's a solid matchup for you.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, outside of T. Higgins, and if Joe Flacco plays this game, or Joe Burrow, whoever, it doesn't change my opinion. I think the Pats still handle business because, like I said, the Bengals offense has not really been the issue. It's, of course, been that defense. And I think the Pats pass rush could also have a, get right game with the Bengals offensive line, who is also a very bad unit. So give me the Pats over the Bengals.
I wanted to touch on this comment. He said, Burrow, do you want him to play if you're a Bengals fan? The answer is no. I mean, there is absolutely no point in rushing him back at this point. The team is sitting at 3-7. After this week, they'll likely be 3-8. I'm sorry, if you're a Bengals fan, they are not running the table and making it to the playoffs somehow in a wild card
think
spot.
they can for some reason.
It doesn't matter how good your quarterback play is. Their defense is not good enough to win 6 straight games. So playing Burrow, playing Flacco, it's not going to matter. This team's not a playoff team. Make sure your franchise quarterback is healthy. Make sure he's 100%. Don't rush him back and get him re-injured or, make his injury even worse. There's no point in forcing him back. So just they probably will, because it's the Bengals and Zach Taylor's probably going to want to try and keep his job and play Burrow. But I don't want to say it's a lateral move, because Burrow is obviously 10 times as talented as Flacco, but it's not like it's going to significantly change how their, overall team is going to play the rest of the year.
Exactly. That's a great point. I guess as a team, you want to believe that you could win out, but it's just, if Joe Burrow is not 100% healthy, which I know he's been a full participant, yada, yada, but he's had injury history. He's not exactly young anymore. He's almost 30 years old. I would just hold off for next season, and it's a huge offseason for coaching, offseason, who you're going to add on that defense, on that offensive line, pretty much everywhere on the team except for wide receiver and quarterback. And then you're obviously, I think, going to lose Trey Henderson unless they franchise tag somebody for like the 20th year in a row, for what it seems like. But nonetheless,
another thing, I'm just looking at their schedule to finish the year. They don't play any tough teams the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
the next 4 weeks, they play the Patriots, they play the Ravens, they play the Bills, and then they play the Ravens again.
I can see them losing all 4 of those games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But, it's the Bengals, so they're going to force Burrow back and try and win all those games. They're going to lose at least one to the Ravens, no doubt. I could see them squeaking out like a shootout or something, because it's the AFC North. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
It's going to be tough to win this week against the Pats. It's going to be tough to go into Buffalo and win. But I don't know. I don't think there's any point in forcing Burrow to come back anytime soon.
I've seen some NFL conspiracy people saying, if the Bengals win these next 4, their last 3 are free wins. It's like, have you looked at the next 4 games? They're playing the Patriots, who have won 8 straight games. They're playing the Ravens, who are on fire. They're playing the Bills in Buffalo, which is pretty much an impossible environment to play in. there's a chance they go 0-4. And then what do you do? What happens if Burrow comes back? He re-injures himself, and he's just never the same player. I just don't really see a point in rushing him back until he's literally 100% has zero pain at all. And yeah, I'm taking the Patriots. We've been talking about this game for too much. They're just a far better team.
We should go on tangents about these teams randomly.
Yeah, I know, but again, it's for the fun. Sorry, we'll get through some of these games a little quicker because
like this one.
Yeah. Giants versus Lions. Sean, we've talked about this before. Playing Jared Goff after a loss is an absolute nightmare. And then playing Jared Goff after a loss at home is a bigger nightmare in a dome. The Giants are giving up, Sean, 5.5 yards per carry, which is the most in the league, worse than the Bills. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Wow, that's hard to do.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery might rush for 250 yards combined this game.
Not to mention Jared Goff.
And they're giving up a 0.16 EPA per rush, which is also horrible. They're just it's funny because the D line, you're like, oh, it's great. Like they got Thibodeau, they got Burns, they got Lawrence, they got Alexander. They're not a good run. They're a great pass rush unit. They're not a good run defense unit. And I think Dart's coming back this week, but they're so injured. Their offense.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
No, and like I said, Sean, they need to lose, quite frankly. Just for the better of this team. I think the Giants can be sneaky good next year because they have some young talent, get some players in the offseason. They got players on defense, as we know, get Neighbors back. I think they could be a sneaky team next year, but it's for the better of your franchise. Just lose. I don't think again, no team will ever try to lose, but I think it's better for the franchise to get to the offseason, find your new head coach of the future, and improve in areas that you need to improve in. Like run defense, and the Detroit Lions are going to kill the Giants.
Yeah, the spread on this game is 11.5, and I don't even think that's enough, if I'm being honest. I genuinely think the Lions could win this game by like 30, and that's not an exaggeration. Like this, Gibbs is going to feast.
Playing them,
Gibbs is going to feast. Montgomery's going to feast. Goff is going to just pick apart their secondary. It's going to be a total disaster, I think.
Yep. And losing Laporta, it doesn't matter for this game. It's huge for the offense, though. It's just another weapon down. And Sam Laporta is an awesome player, as we all know, for that. He's a huge part of that, what the Lions want to do on offense. But obviously, we're taking the Lions here. Don't really need to talk about this one too much. Next game up, we have the Detroit Lions. We have the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Green Bay Packers. Sean, I'll let you start here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers because I don't think that JJ McCarthy is going into Green Bay and winning a game.
No.
However, with that being said, I don't like what the Packers have been doing recently. Their pass game doesn't look great. Their play calling has been questionable. I'm forgetting. Is Josh Jacobs?
He's out.
He is out this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could hurt them. Christian Darrisaw is questionable for the Vikings. Grenard's questionable. But yeah, I don't know. I'm taking the Packers just because I don't think JJ McCarthy's very good. He said in an interview actually that the way he describes how he's playing right now, he feels like a cork on a bottle about to pop.
Dude, some of his quotes are corny as crap.
Yeah, like he just calls himself 9. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
just he's another one of those young guys. I know you talk about it with Dart too, where he just has like
at least Dart's playing good though.
Yeah, like Dart has a reason to have that type of ego, but McCarthy hasn't been good yet.
No, he doesn't.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
But like McCarthy has not earned that right yet. He's making Justin Jefferson, who's the best wide receiver in the NFL, he's making his stats look bad. Which, if you're doing that, you have a serious problem.
Justin Jefferson is QB proof, bro. Like he's QB proof.
Well, JJ McCarthy's proving that otherwise.
Well, I was just gonna say.
Yeah. However, I think the Packers defense is gonna have a good day against the Vikings offense. If the Bears defense can hold them to under 20, I think the Packers defense will have no problem doing so. If the Packers can put up over 20 points in this game, I think they win. So I'll take the Packers, and it could be pretty close, but I can't take McCarthy going into Green Bay and getting a win.
This is a great comment here. The Packers, I think I'm going to flip it around. I think they're the worst, best team in the league because, like, they're a good team, but they're also at the same time, you look at them, it's like, okay, it's the Packers. Like, there they are. Like, yeah, they could win this week. But at the same time, they have moments where it's like, dude, what is this team doing? But Sean, I just want to read you some of the stats of JJ McCarthy. So far through 5 games, he has 842 yards, 6 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. His rating is a 61.7. His completion percentage is a 52.9. His completion percentage above expected is a negative 7.3%. I don't know if for those of you guys don't know what that means he should be completing less than, how do I describe this?
He should be completing 7% more than what he's completing right now.
No. His completion percentage is a 52.9. It realistically should be like a 46.9 because that means his completion.
Oh, negative. I got you.
Negative. Yeah. If it was 7.3 completion percentage expected, that's good. You're completing 7.3%.
Yep.
Yeah. His completion percentage above expected is horrible. His EPA per dropback is a negative 0.37, which is absolutely horrendous. Like I said, you want to be right around that 0 range. Negative 0.37 is horrible. His QB percentage is a 39.6. I mean, he's played 5 games. I don't want to count him out yet, but my God, he looks bad. He can't throw left. He doesn't have a good enough arm to throw sideline to sideline, and you see it in his college tape. When he tries spitballs in tight windows, he tries to hit deep out routes, deep hitch routes, deep comeback routes. He overstrides and he's inaccurate, and he just doesn't have the natural ability with the arms. And I saw a great thing today on Catch 22, one of my favorite Patriots podcasts. Coming out of college, Sean, I actually want to ask you this: what was JJ McCarthy's main thing, like his thing coming out of college before I really tell you what it was? Because this is what I remember from that draft class. Because obviously I was paying attention to that draft class very heavily.
Wasn't it like winning? He was on Michigan.
Exactly. With Drake May, they want to talk about, oh, the footwork. It sucks. He played at UNC. JJ McCarthy's footwork was worse, but his main thing was he's a winner. He's throwing the ball 15 times a game in Michigan, and all his weaknesses just got completely pushed under the bed. And there's some Patriots people out there, and you know who you are, and I'm not going to say names, that wanted to trade back for JJ McCarthy and not take Drake May. Imagine the Vikings had Drake May right now. Imagine we had JJ McCarthy. Just let that set in, Patriots fans. Imagine the Vikings had Drake May. They'd be competing for a Super Bowl. Let's be honest here. Drake May with Justin Jefferson. Are we serious right now? But JJ McCarthy, people let those problems slip under because he was a winner. He won the national championship. That's all people wanted to talk about. And people thought he could be a game manager for this Vikings offense because it's a perfect situation. And especially after Sam Darnold last year, they let him walk. They invested in this guy. They traded up for McCarthy. People forget that. This was their guy. And they let before last week, an MVP candidate quarterback and Sam Darnold walk, like you said on the last podcast, Sean. And now you're stuck with a 22-year-old quarterback who, again, it's early, but he looks like a little bit Zach Wilson-y, Sean. I hate to say it. Kind of does.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Which is not, if you guys aren't, too into football, not a great person to be compared to this early in your career. He didn't pan out too well, but nonetheless, we're kind of getting off topic here. We're kind of just, rambling about the Vikings offense. Packers, like I said, Jordan Love, he's good. The receivers don't give him any help. A lot of drops. Again, he's not perfect by any means. The play calling is trash. Or not trash, but it's questionable sometimes. With no Jacobs, it definitely makes it a little interesting. But I'm taking the Packers here. How could you pick JJ McCarthy right now? I'm sorry. How could you pick him? I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah, dude, you gave me the idea, so now I'm just looking at advanced stats. His bad throw percentage is 24.8, which
so it's one fourth of every throw is a bad throw.
In comparison, let's look at Lamar. Lamar's this year is a 17.3. Carson Wentz is a 19.9. Jaden Daniels is a 14.6. Kyler's is a 15.9. JJ McCarthy's is 0.2 before 25. His percentage of on target throws per pass attempt is 59.9. Everyone else like around his area that I'm looking at is like in the 70s.
Yeah, it's
It's
bad,
horrible.
dude. It's really bad. Um, just like Sean said, every advanced metric doesn't lean his way. Dare I say he looked a little Zach Wilson. I don't want to overreact too much, but that's kind of what it's like right now. But I'm taking the Packers at home. I think it's a get right game. I think Minnesota's defense could have a pretty good game, especially against these these Packers wide receivers. And they could, it could be a scrappy game, but I feel like that's the only way JJ McCarthy's going to win right now. And like, Sean, has he only played one good quarter in the entire season? It was that fourth quarter against the Bears in week 1. Has he had a good quarter since then? I,
He
don't
led a
think.
good drive last game.
Yeah, when they were like down by like 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably just that one. Yeah, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, what a start. What a start, man. But give me the Packers in this game. Can't pick JJ McCarthy right now. On to the next game. Another game. Don't have to talk about too much. But I will want to I do want to talk about one thing, Sean, and I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you guys a question in the comments for you guys watching. People want to talk about the Patriots and Drake May, the schedule, this, that. Why aren't we talking about the Seahawks? Sean, I want you to go ahead and take a peek at the Seahawks wins right now and just tell me how Sam Darnold has played against good teams, because I'm high on Sam Darnold. I think he's a good player. Who have the Seahawks beaten this year? Read me all of their wins.
That they've beaten?
Yep. Read me all their wins.
Steelers by 14. Saints by 31. Cardinals by 3. Jags by 8. Texans by 8.
That's Commander. I'll give the Texans once a good win.
Commanders by 24. And the Cardinals again by 22.
I'm sorry. And then you look at Sam Darnold again. I like Sam Darnold a lot. Please don't think I don't. But that was a big game against the Rams. That was a huge game. That was like kind of for the division. And that looked like 2017 Sam Darnold or 2018 Sam Darnold on the Jets, Sean. It really did. That scared me a little bit. He sucked.
I mean, bro, I talked about it last time. I'll say it again. It feels like he folds in these big games. Mm-hmm. You saw it last year in the division deciding game against the Lions at the end of the year. He sucked. You saw it again in the playoffs. He sucked.
Yep.
You saw it against the Rams. He sucked. He threw 4 interceptions in a crucial divisional game. I mean, I don't know. I can't not say he's a franchise quarterback because he puts up good numbers, but like if you're a Seahawks fan, you're definitely concerned on if this guy can turn it around in big spots.
Yep. I just want to say one more thing on Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba is so goddamn good. Like he is so good. But we don't really need to talk about the Titans too much. I mean, who'd they play last week? They gave the Texans a good fight, but just a terrible, terrible offensive team. They got a long way to go. A lot of things to do this offseason. Find a coach, find a couple receivers, find a secondary, find an offensive line. They are not in a good spot right now. And we don't really need to talk about this game. This is a game I think the Seahawks dominate. They seem to have dominated all these crappy teams. And I think it's going to continue in this game. Seahawks for me. Sean, I'm guessing you're taking Seattle as well.
Yeah, easily. I think this will be a blowout.
On to the next game of the week, or one of the games of the week. The Colts visit Arrowhead, take on the Chiefs. Sean.
Dude, I think this is the week. It's been happening recently. I think Daniel Jones, we really start to see him fall off this week. I think the Chiefs at home, I think their defense is gonna give him a lot of problems. Daniel Jones his past 2 games has not been great. I know they're finding ways to win games. I want to find his stats the past 2 games.
It's not good
against the Falcons, and I hate looking at the box score and basing everything off the box score, but
he did not play good against Atlanta. If you watch that game, you know he did.
Oh yeah, no, he did not. against the Falcons, he had 250 yards, a touchdown, a pick. He got sacked 7 times.
He had a fumble too. Bad fumble.
Yep. And then let me find his other game against the Steelers where they lost by 7. Lost by 7 to the Steelers. Threw for 340 yards, but he threw 3 interceptions. So I don't care about how many yards he had.
And he had a fumble that game too.
Yeah. I thought the Steelers game was a prime example that if Jonathan Taylor's not running the ball well, this Colts team is not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how the Chiefs do in terms of run defense and if they can slow him down.
Yes, it is. It is a must win.
But yeah, if I think the Chiefs' only game plan should be stop Jonathan Taylor. If we stop Jonathan Taylor, the Colts offense is not going to be able to consistently score on us because I don't think Daniel Jones is going to go into Arrowhead and lead them to a win by himself.
No, God, no. He's not that. He hasn't. To do that, you have to almost be one of the most established players in the NFL, unless you're playing at like a superstar level. And Daniel Jones is managing that offense pretty well. But Shane Steichen, they're setting up plays off the run, play action. Teams have to sell out so goddamn hard for the run because of how good Jonathan Taylor is. Daniel Jones on the year, 15 touchdowns, 7 picks, 69.9 completion percentage, which is pretty good. But like I said, a lot of that's check down, first read, teams, biting on the run, stacking the box, and then just finding your first guy like Tyler Warren. He's been awesome this year. But that doesn't take anything away from Daniel Jones. He's been pretty awesome this year, considering what we expected from the Colts this year. For the Chiefs, this is pretty much kind of your season right here, to be honest. Now you got Houston on your tails, who's just another team that can make the playoffs with a huge win against Buffalo tonight, getting Stroud back. Patrick Mahomes has not played good the past couple games. He was not good against the Bills. He was not good against Denver. Granted, Denver's got a really good defense, but no offense, Sean. Bills seems like a get right game for a lot of different quarterbacks. But Patrick Mahomes got a night, again, 18 touchdowns, 6 picks. I don't want to just look at that. Completion percentage is above expected, negative 2.1. That's surprising. His EPA per play his EPA is a 70.7. His EPA per dropback is a 0.17, which those are all good numbers. And he's still, he's making great plays, but his deep ball seems to have lost a smidge of accuracy. Sean, is that a little bit of an overreaction?
No, I was watching the game against the Broncos, and they were taking their shots at the beginning of the game, and maybe it was just because it was the beginning of the game and he hadn't gotten into a rhythm yet, but it felt like he was overthrowing guys left and right. And I think he's talked about it. Like they need to, their explosive game, their long plays downfield it's part of their offense because they just have those speedsters. But if Mahomes can't hit them, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And another thing too that's interesting, Rashee Rice is not really getting implemented as much as I thought he was into this offense. It's been kind of more Travis Kelce. Kind of had a little bit of a resurgence to his career at the end, towards the end of this season. But and Mahomes is still getting a decent amount of separation. He's getting definitely top half of the league, 3.5 yards per separate. He's 12th in the league in separation. Put it into perspective just for other good quarterbacks. I mean, Drake May is 25th, Justin Herbert's 27th, Dak's 29th. So it's not really a receiver thing. I think Mahomes he's deep ball, and Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league. Do I want to face him as a 2 seed playing the 7 seed? Absolutely not. If I'm the Pats fan, I'm terrified of that situation. But Mahomes deep ball doesn't look. I hate to sound like Chris Collinsworth. It doesn't seem very Mahomey. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. And it's
surprised you said that.
Yeah, that was tough. I'm sorry, that was a tough listen, people. But yeah, Mahomes. This is a huge game for the Chiefs, and I'm kind of torn on this one. I really don't know who to pick. I'm going with
when it's Mahomes against the wall, bro.
Going with the Colts, Sean. Go with the Colts. I'm going with
I'll never bet against Mahomes when he's in a must win.
I said that last week against Denver, and what happened? I'm going with Mahomes. I'm going with the Colts.
Colts defense is nowhere near as good as Denver's.
I know, but I don't know. I just don't want the Chiefs to win.
Wishful thinking.
Hold on. Like, let me just look at the Chiefs rushing stats real quick. I mean,
Oh, it suck. They suck.
their per game isn't horrible. They're giving up. Okay, it's not. Unfortunately, it's okay. Here we go. I mean, it's not bad. They're giving up 100 yards a game. That's not bad. But I just feel like is this also the worst team Mahomes has had around him in a while as well? I think we can agree on that. They're not great. This kind of
I feel like it's good. Outside of the rushing attack, they have a great wide receiver core, I think.
I don't think it's great. I think it's mid.
I mean, Rashee Rice is a number 1. Worthy should be a number 2, but I don't think they use him right.
I have questions about the Chiefs secondary outside of Trent McDuffie, obviously.
Yeah, Chris Jones hasn't been great this year.
No.
Their linebackers are really good, but
yeah, they are. But now I'm like kind of backtracking here. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't trust Daniel Jones to go into Arrowhead and win a game. I really don't. I'm sorry.
not in a must-win game.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. I mean, if the Chiefs lose this game, they're genuine. Like we're saying it right now.
They're not making it. No.
Yeah, which is crazy to say.
On to the next game. Again, it's the Baltimore Ravens. Don't really need to talk about this one too much. Sean, do you have anything to say about this game? Tyrod Taylor's starting. Could be interesting.
Doesn't matter.
No.
The Ravens are going to smack the Jets.
Just with the way the Ravens are playing right now and just how big the stakes are every game. They know they have to go out there and win every game. And the Jets are just a dumpster fire. Just they're so undisciplined. They're going to Baltimore. Their secondary is awful. Yeah, I don't want to really talk about this game too much. It's the Ravens pretty easily.
The Ravens' leading sack guy is Kyle Van Noy with 2 sacks.
It's because they traded but Owe wasn't doing good though.
Yeah.
How many does Draymond Jones have? I thought he had a good amount. Maybe they didn't count the ones from the Titans though. I thought he had like 4 or 5 on Tennessee.
I don't know. It's just saying they're leaders. Bro, that's wow. I didn't think their pass rush was that bad. I mean, not having Matabike doesn't help either, but
yeah, I know, but like he wouldn't bring it up that much. He's a great player, but their edge defenses, their edge rushers and their outside linebackers just they don't generate pressure on the quarterbacks whatsoever. But it's the Ravens. Talking about this game too much, Sean. I'm sure you're taking them as well.
Yeah, they're on a heater right now. They've won 4 straight. They're gonna keep it up against the Jets and Tyrod Taylor.
I don't want to talk about this next game because, like, good Lord, like, what an absolute snooze fest of a game. Is this like genuinely, like, this might be the least fun game of the year to watch? Like, who wants to watch this?
But bro, you get to watch Shedeur Sanders play.
That might be the only reason why, but like, dude, I don't know. This is an absolute. I could see this game being like 9-6. I'm not even kidding. Geno Smith, interception every game. He is going to struggle against this Browns D line. Myles Garrett, he might have another 5-sack game. This Raiders offensive line is so bad. Watching the film, Genty has his issues, his vision issues. I have questions about his explosiveness currently, but their offensive line is so bad in run blocking. It's so hard to watch. I've seen some film people break it down. It is so hard to watch. And they made another switch today. Like they moved a couple guys around. But I don't know who to take in this game. Like both these teams are so bad, like just so bad.
Give me the hot take. Give me the Browns, baby. Shedeur Sanders is going into Vegas and getting the win.
Hot take. Like, we're acting like the Raiders are good here.
Yes. No, it's not a hot take, but it's taking the underdog, so it's definitely a take. But I'm gonna take the Browns. I just think they're better defensively. I think Geno Smith might throw 4 interceptions. Like you said, Myles Garrett might have 5, even 6 sacks. And if Shedeur can put up 17 points, I think they win this game. Because the Raiders defense isn't good either. So
no, it's horrible. Pete Carroll, by the way, I think he's probably a one and done at this point. He's older.
Same with Gino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gino. He's been a one and done for a while. He had his moment against the Pats week 1. After that, it's been all downhill. But I think I'm going to take the Raiders in this game just because they're at home. Not that really matters. Sean, you took the Browns. I don't want to hear it, but you took the Cleveland Browns to win a football game.
Matt, you took the team with the quarterback who has more interceptions than touchdowns.
You took the team with the quarterback's debut went 4 for 16 with a pick and a fumble, and
we could go back and forth and do this all night.
And came out going like this. God,
we could do this all night.
No, yeah, it's just I don't really have a reason for taking the Raiders. There's really no reason because they suck, but
they both suck, so it doesn't matter.
I feel like at the end of the day, the Raiders could score more because I think they have better players on offense. I think Gino definitely is better than Shador at this point. Right now, Bowers could have a couple of plays, but again, the Browns have really good coverage linebackers as well. Carson Schwarzenegger is so good, but I guess give me the Raiders at home. This game's an absolute disaster. Like I said, it could be a 9-6 game. And
what's the score total or the over-under score on this
game?
Yeah,
let me look at that.
It's 36.5.
Is it actually?
Yes.
That kind of seems high.
Bro, that's really low.
The Pats had a game a couple years ago where I think the over-under was like 29.5. I think it was like the lowest in NFL history. Yeah, no, this is a good comment. The Shitter start a game next year? I don't think so. I don't think the Browns are going to stick with him, to be quite honest with you. They got Deshaun Watson coming back. They're in a tough spot right now, but give me the Raiders at home. Some of these games really suck, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not excited to watch some of these games, but before we get on to the next game, like I always say, make sure to subscribe to the Monday Morning Quarterback Show for more episodes like this. We're going to be pumping out as much as we can. Me and Sean both have Christmas break coming up. We're currently on Thanksgiving right now. And we're going to have so much more opportunities to do this for you guys. And crunch time's coming up. Playoff time's coming up. And like I said, just make sure to go give us a follow on TikTok. And make sure you go follow Sean's personal.
My eyes are so bloodshot.
And mine as well. Yeah, it's because you had to watch the Bills tonight. We'll try to get through these a little bit quicker here because some of these games, again, it's just like, good God. But on to the next game, the Jags and the Cardinals.
Oh,
Sean,
my God.
I'm just going to be honest, and you guys know my opinion on this. I don't believe in Jacksonville one goddamn bit. I truly don't. They're a very run-heavy team, and they're like – Liam Cohen is setting up the offense to not make Trevor Lawrence Superman, because let's be honest, he can't be.
He's not.
No, he's not. He's not. And the run game is kind of inefficient sometimes. And I'm sorry, but like I'm not high on this Jags team. I know they're in playoff position right now, and everything like that. But like Trevor Lawrence is just like he's so painfully average. I feel like right now, 11 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, 2,100 yards. His EPA per dropback is a negative 0.1, which is not good. Like I said, you want to be right around that 0 to above. His completion percentage is a 59.8. His completion percentage above expected is a negative 5.6%. Like all these advanced metrics show that Trevor Lawrence is just a mediocre to below average quarterback at this point. And I think it almost hurts some people to accept that at this point, Sean. I mean, his total EPA is 28th in the league and negative 38.9. He's below Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Michael Penix, Tua. He just isn't that good. I don't believe in this Jaguars team one bit. That being said, the Cardinals are also not very good. So again, this just feels like such a letdown opportunity for Jacksonville because like they had a huge win against the Chargers last week. Sean, can you check Trevor Lawrence's numbers from that game? Not that it fully matters, but I feel
from
like
what game?
The Chargers game.
He wasn't good.
No, I mean, again, I don't want to be a box score merchant because I know he wasn't really asked for much, but
Matt,
Was it the
you know
same
his usual stat
100,
line, bro.
150 yards touchdown pick?
Yep, nailed it on the dot.
Well, how many?
It's so predictable.
What was his completion percentage? What did he go?
14 for 22, so like 65.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sorry, guys. You can hate on me, whatever. I'm not high on Trevor Lawrence. I'm reading the stats to you right now. He's a below average quarterback, and I'm not even box score watching right now. I'm reading the advanced statistics that the best quarterbacks are at the top of the league. I mean, Drake May, number one in like literally everything. Guys, unbelievable.
Just had to sneak that one in.
I had to. I'm sorry, I had to. I have to. I absolutely love Drake May. I'm so thankful for him. So happy Thanksgiving's coming up, so I can show my thanks to Drake May. Surely he cares about what I think, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Jaguars. I think they're just a better team, I guess. Don't once again, don't feel good about it.
Not really.
But no, they're better than Arizona. They're a little bit better.
I mean, yeah, I'm taking the Jags. I was just looking at Trevor Lawrence. He has the highest wide receiver drop percentage in the NFL. Did you know that? Like his wide receivers drop the highest percentage of passes. I'm sure most of that is carried by Brian Thomas Jr. But
yep, I did know that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just adds to the ugly games, but I'm taking the Jags. I don't think Brissett's going to really do much. They're still down Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. Trey McBride's been awesome for them.
Yeah,
but Emery DeMarcado's out too because they can't keep a running back healthy if their life depended on it. So they're not going to have a run game. Their best wide receiver is going to be out. There's no reason to really pick the Cardinals. That they've been starting games horribly. They've been down like 20 points.
Horribly.
They've been starting games down like 20 points in the first quarter in back-to-back weeks. It's just can't win games like that. So I'm not saying it's going to happen again this week, but there's just no reason to pick against the Jags in this spot.
Nope, definitely not. On to the next game. The Cowboys travel to Philadelphia. Here is my
Philadelphia's traveling to Dallas.
Oh yeah, I forgot they played in Philly first game. Hot take of the week. Give me the Cowboys to win this game in Dallas. Because you want to know why? Philly's offense is not good. It's not good. And like Sean, we've talked about this. If Philly's ever gonna have to get in a shootout with Sean, I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. But Sean, if Philly's ever gonna have to get in a shootout with the team, Dallas is the team to do it. They ain't doing it, brother. They ain't doing it. They cannot get in a shootout with the team. They're just. I'm sorry that's just not who they are. Sean, say what you were gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, but just say it.
I was gonna say it's the Cowboys defense.
Yep, I know. Can I read you some stats real quick?
Of course.
Yards per game, Eagles are 25th in the league. Not that matters too much. I don't want to read too much into that.
This is their offense, right?
Yes, but it does matter because
the
teams below them, Tennessee, Cleveland, Vegas, Jets, horrible offenses. Pittsburgh, and then them pretty much, and then the Saints. But
doesn't matter.
No, horrible. Their passing yards per game is currently at a 184 yards per game. And you'd be like, oh, but what about their rushing offense? They have Saquon Barkley, right? Yeah, they're still bottom half of the league, only running for 115 yards per game, which is like around like, I think like literally like middle of the pack. Let me look real quick. So I'm not. They are currently in rush yards per game. Not loading. 1 second. But yeah, like I said, the offense is so stagnant. I don't even really think I need to read some of this stuff to you. I think you guys all know this. But here, the rush yards per game, they are currently 17th in the league with Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. They're 17th in the league.
They just had 2K last year.
Their EPA per pass, they are 12th in the league, but that's because Jalen Hurts is a check down merchant. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. That's true. Don't try to sugarcoat it.
No, yeah. Their EPA per rush is 17th in the league at a negative 0.04. I mean, their offensive stats, they're just not good. And they're averaging points per game. I feel like that's a pretty good stat. They're averaging 23 points per game, and that was carried a lot at the beginning of the season because their offense the past few weeks has not been good at all. And I'm looking at Dallas's offense, damn near at the top of the list in all of these. And again, their defense is so bad. I know, and I'm not taking anything away from that Raiders game. It's the Raiders. Their defense played well. Quentin Williams had a little bit of a spark, but I'm taking the Cowboys in this game, Sean, at home. I just have a weird feeling. I think the Eagles are due for a loss, and they're not going to be able to score and keep up with Dallas in this game. I'm sorry, I don't think they are.
I'm gonna join you.
Really?
Give me the Cowboys at home, man. I want to say I don't like it, but I do. I have to back up what I said last week, saying that the Eagles cannot keep up in a shootout. Will it turn into a shootout? Is kind of up in the air. I think the Eagles' defense is very good, so
It is
the
very good. I want to say that their defense is amazing.
So the Cowboys
Mitchell
obviously
is
could
so
struggle, but dude, it's a divisional game. Cowboys at home. I don't know. It's kind of a must win for them because they're sitting at 4-5-1. They fall to 4-6-1. They probably got to win out if they want any chance at the playoffs. I don't know.
Ugly record.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. But I like it. Give me the Cowboys in a potential shootout. One thing I kind of wanted to talk about with the Eagles too. I saw this thing today it was on Instagram, and it was a quote from Deshaun Jackson, who did you see this where he was talking about AJ Brown?
No.
He was talking about this situation with like AJ Brown and his, role in their offense, and he was saying how like I'm not going to quote this perfectly, but I'm going to try and like
summarize it,
paraphrase it my way. He basically just said like the way that the production that he's getting is not strictly based off of like how like his personal play and like the way he's schemed. Like there's something behind the scenes, whether it's a thing with Jalen Hurts or a thing with their offensive coordinator or something. Like you don't just see a player that good not produce the way that he has in the past. And I mean, I think that just kind of just backs up what we're kind of all saying. Like it doesn't feel like AJ Brown is really too content with his role in their offense. I mean, he's not getting targets. He's not getting the same yards he has in previous years. And I understand that all Eagles fans say is that this team wins games, and they do. But like when you have a player of that talent, like AJ Brown, that should be your go-to guy to get targets. I mean, it seems like Dallas Goedert is getting more targets every week than AJ Brown, which is, I won't say unacceptable because again, they're somehow finding ways to win games. Not that they're putting up any type of special offensive numbers, but if you want your offense to be better, you need more production out of AJ Brown. And I don't know if that's a scheme thing. I don't know if that's a Jalen Hurts thing, not looking his way, if that's not like his first read on plays or anything. But they need to find ways to get him the ball.
I will say about AJ Brown though, it's not all a scheme thing. It has looked like he's lost a step a little bit.
I feel like he's not trying on some plays too, though.
Definitely not, but there's some go ball routes that AJ Brown was maybe the best go ball receiver in the NFL. It does look like he's took a step back a little bit. It's not all scheme, but he's 100% not bought in to this Eagles team at all, which is so weird, by the way, Sean, because this team won the Super Bowl last year. Like you would think everybody's riding high, everyone wants to be there. We kind of even saw when they won Super Bowl last year, like AJ Brown, like he didn't seem like he was like overly excited. And even last year, he kind of had some problems. I think there's a lot of internal stuff going on, kind of like you said.
I found the post. It was posted by JPA Football. Deshaun Jackson on AJ Brown. As you can tell, it's something else going on. Got a great relationship with him. I respect him. I can't say it, but I know it's something else going on. It's not all about football. It's not all about X's and O's. I've had situationships with quarterbacks I didn't necessarily like. And when it ain't there, it sticks out like a sore thumb. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, so that's, obviously a reliable source, but.
And I mean, it is sticking out like a sore thumb. AJ Brown's not playing the same as he has. So,
Devontae Smith's like right now, AJ Brown's not a top 10 receiver. You can't have him in your top 10 right now. And quite frankly, Devontae Smith's a better receiver right now. He is. He's playing better. He looks more explosive. He looks a little bit more bought in. By the way, I'm so sorry. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm looking at total touchdowns in the league. The Titans have scored 9 touchdowns this year. Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns in one game. They've scored 9 touchdowns. Anyways, that has nothing to do with this.
Taking crazy, bro.
Yeah, I know. Just to put it into perspective.
Wait, 9?
9 touchdowns.
They've played more games than touchdowns scored.
The Buffalo Bills have scored 37 touchdowns.
The Titans have played 10 games. They have 9 touchdowns.
Yep.
Oh my God.
They're averaging less than a touchdown a game. Good Lord. But yeah, me and Sean both taking the Cowboys. On to this another dumpster fire.
My God, dude.
Give me the hot take. I'm taking the Saints in this game, dude. Kirk Cousins looked horrible last week. He's old. He looks injured still somehow. I'll talk about the goddamn offense. You can't run pistol with Kirk Cousins. You can't run pistol with Kirk Cousins, bro. You cannot run it with him. You have to run under center. You have to run play action. You have to set up the pass through your run game, through I don't know, that one guy on your team, that number 7, he's like decent. He's all right. Bijan Robinson. And they don't have Drake London in this game, too. Give me the Saints in this game. I think Tyler Shuck could have a decent. Tyler Shuck actually could struggle. Sorry. I think he could struggle, but do you trust this Falcons offense at all right now? With no Drake London now, no Michael Penix. Not that he was great, but we talk about the talent on this team. How could I pick the Falcons right now? They look horrible. They keep losing games. They just lost to the Panthers, and they let Bryce Young throw for 500 yards on them. And they had control of that game the entire time. Bijan Robinson had like 3 touchdowns in the first half, and they lost the game. So I don't really know what else to say about this Falcons team. I'm taking the upset. Give me the Saints. Give me Tyler Shuck. And like an ugly, like in the teens win for the Saints.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an ugly game. Like you just said, in the teens. That's
funny. I do have nightmares about that.
I hate the pick, but I'll take the Saints too, bro. Give me the hot hand. Yeah. I say hot hand. They've won one game. Okay. The Falcons are a cold hand. They've lost 5. They've lost 5 straight.
It's just funny to say that though.
Yeah, but I'll take the Saints. Just came off of a good win against the Panthers. Maybe they found something in 37-year-old rookie Tyler Shuck, but
same age as Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a huge loss for the Falcons not having Drake London when I think he missed a game earlier in the year too. And Darnell Mooney came in for him and didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was basically invisible. So I don't know. Kirk looks like he sucks more than he used to. And I don't think the Falcons are really going to be able to do much on offense. I think if the Saints, this is another game where I think if the Saints can put up 17 to 20 points, they could win. It's going to be a scrappy game. It's going to be ugly, but
I have a hot take.
I'll take the Saints.
I have a hot take. I think if the Saints win this game, Raheem Morris gets fired. I really do.
I don't hate it.
Dude, what else you need to see with this guy? I mean, I really think if you lose to the Saints,
Zach Robinson should too. But
yeah, 100%. I think if Raheem Morris goes, Zach Robinson needs to go too. But I think Raheem Morris could get fired. And remember, I said that if the Falcons lose this game, I think Raheem Morris could get fired. And divisional games are weird, Sean. They are. So give me the
Saints home team too.
Saints, yeah, exactly. Next game up, sneaky, really good game. Bucks Rams. I think this is Sunday Night Football.
That ain't sneaky.
Well, for my reasoning, a little bit. The Bucks are in a tough stretch right now. They're hurt. They're on a stretch playing the Pats, the Bills, and then the Rams. Good Lord. Dude, quietly, the Panthers are like 1 game behind the Bucks if they lose this game. Like, randomly. I don't know how. They're not a good team, but just how the Bucs season's played out with the injuries, with the schedule, and with my pick this game, I'm taking the Rams. I think you can't pick against the Rams right now. I think the Rams offense is going to have a huge game. And their defense is so good. I think they're going to get pressure on Baker. Their secondary stepped up pretty well. Roger McCreary has been a great addition for them. But dude, give me the Rams, and I think the Bucks are 6-5 after this game, and the Panthers are 6-5. So if the Panthers win the NFC South, I mean, and they play like let's just say the 5 seeds like Detroit. Oh my good lord, the Panthers are going to be hosting a playoff game. I don't think it's going to happen by any means.
No,
but you have to take the Rams, dude. You have to take Puka. You have to take Stafford. You have to take Devontae. You got to take Kyren. You got to take Sean McVay. And I can't take the Bucks right now. Their defense has not looked good. Baker's been good, but he's had some poor decisions at times. And with no Bucky Irving, which seemingly doesn't seem like he'll be back the rest of the year, this could be a tough game for the Bucks. And Emeka Egbuka, I don't want to say he's come back down to earth because I think he's still a great player, but he's definitely cooled off a little.
Yeah, he has. I'm taking the Rams too. I'll say it again, right in the hot hand. They've won at least 5 straight. Yeah, they've won 5 straight. I don't see any reason that stops at home. Matthew Stafford's playing at an MVP level. I could see this being he did enough for them to win last week. I think this is a game where he goes back to his ways that he was playing earlier in the year. You know what I'm saying? Before the Seahawks game, goes back to that against a Bucks defense that really, really struggled last week against a Bills wide receiver core that's not good.
Yep.
I think they're going to have a really hard time with Puka and Devontae Adams. They're also Jamal Dean is questionable. He did get hurt last week, so if they don't have him either, they could be in a world of trouble. Benjamin Morrison struggled when he came in for him. So, I'll take the Rams at home. 7's a big spread. I don't know if it's they could win by 7. I don't know.
That is a big spread, though. I didn't even see that. That's a big spread.
It is, but I don't think it's crazy. The Rams are the best team in football right now. There's no reason to bet against them, especially a Bucks team coming off a loss. They're hurt, but their running back's out. In Los Angeles, not that that's a huge home field advantage, but just being at home, I like the Rams in this one.
I agree. And the last game of the week, kind of on point with this one, the Panthers against the Niners. I think the Niners smoked the Panthers this game. I think they put them right back into place. I think Brock Purdy's going to have a good game. They're getting healthier. George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, just Christian McCaffrey. I think the Niners are going to smoke. I think the Niners are going to smoke the Panthers. I'm getting really exhausted here, Sean. I'm not going to lie. I'm like falling asleep. I feel so bad. But no, yeah, all seriousness, give me the Niners. I think the Panthers, if they somehow do crazily like win this game and the Bucks lose, the Panthers are in first place in the NFC South. So,
Matt, when was the last time you remember watching the Carolina Panthers play a primetime game?
Dude, I don't know.
I for some reason, once this game came up, I was thinking about it. I don't remember watching the Panthers play on primetime.
I don't know.
They're just not a team that ever feels like they play on primetime.
They're not an advertised team because they're not a big market. Like they don't have a lot of like players that people like know.
Yeah. Obviously taking the Niners in this one at home. I think they showed a lot of life last week, and I think they'll just continue that against the Panthers team. I think they'll kind of come back down to earth. Something that's flying under the radar that I don't think people are talking about enough. Tedderwell McMillan's having a really, really good year.
He's really good.
He has 54 catches for 750 yards and 4 touchdowns, with Bryce Young, who has thrown over 200 yards twice this year. So the fact that he has those types of numbers with those poor passing numbers, I think is really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to him. I think he has a case to be offensive player of the year for sure, or offensive rookie of the year for sure. But I'm taking the Niners in this one pretty easily. I like what I saw out of them last week.
I got your primetime answer. So I looked up when's the last time the Panthers played on primetime. It said this game. They haven't played yet, so that's a good answer. Did a little more digging. They didn't have a primetime game last year. So it was 2023 the last time they had a primetime game. And I'm pretty sure it was
Who's it
CJ Stroud.
against?
I think it was Stroud versus Bryce Young. I think it was
Oh,
rookie.
that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a long time. But again, like it's just they're not a marketable team, and people are sleeping on the Niners. Like this team is still in the race, bro. Like this team could easily still make the playoffs, especially with how teams are playing in the NFC.
Hey, bro, they're 7-4 right now.
Yeah, I know, and they have Purdy back. Like, okay, Warner and Bosa being out, huge, but their offense is good. Their offense is pretty much fully healthy. If they somehow get Brandon Ayuk back, the last couple weeks of the season, this team could sneakily make the playoffs, and they have experience. They got the coaching staff. I feel like this isn't really a team you want to see in the playoffs, and I have the Niners winning this game against the Panthers here, just because the experience, prime time. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to do it under the lights. Like we just said, it's been years since they played a primetime game, and I'm taking the Niners here. I'm taking Kyle Shanahan. Shout out to the Panthers for keeping the division interesting. And it still will be after if me and Sean's predictions are correct with the Bucks losing to the Rams, but nonetheless, give me the Niners in that game. So that's gonna do it for our Week 12 pick'em and the Bills Thursday Night Football recap against the Texans. Sorry to bring that back up, Sean, but like I said, please make sure to go follow us on TikTok. Make sure to go subscribe to our YouTube. Leave comments below for any ideas you guys want us to do. Sorry we couldn't do like that Tuesday podcast. We definitely will get some sleep. Definitely. We're just, like I said, we're super busy. It's pretty inconsistent right now, but we're definitely going to try to make it more consistent for you guys so you guys know when we're going live and all that stuff. And we're also going to try to go live earlier so we can get more people in here at a time because it's currently 1:56 in the morning and I'm falling asleep talking right now. But this is what we do. We got to get these videos in. This doesn't take anything away. We have a blast doing them. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 10. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to go follow Sean on all his socials. You can find it right there at the Buffalo Banter. And make sure to go follow me on my socials, Matthew Cabral on TikTok and Twitter, as well as Sean on TikTok and Twitter. And subscribe to the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. And we will see you guys next time.